Leo Vance didn't have a $50,000 watch or a chauffeur. He had a rusted bicycle with a chain that popped off every 3 miles, and a scholarship that felt more like a target on his back than a gift. St. Jude's Academy was a fortress of glass and marble, built on a hill that looked down on the rest of the world. It was a place for the heirs of tech giants and oil magnates. The air here was different. It didn't smell like the city. It smelled like expensive cologne, freshly cut grass, and the terrifying silence of absolute power. When Leo walked through those massive iron gates, wearing a thrifted blazer that was 2 sizes too big, the world seemed to stop. The students didn't laugh. They didn't whisper. They just stared. It was the kind of silence that makes you want to disappear. Don't look at the cars, Leo told himself. Don't look at the watches. His hands were stained with grease from his bike chain, and he tried to hide them in his pockets. He was a ghost in a palace, but ghosts have nothing to lose. Then there was Julian Kensington. Julian didn't just attend St. Jude's, he owned it. His family name was carved into the stone of the library, the gym, the very auditorium where they held graduation. Julian was the sun, and everyone else was just a planet spinning in his orbit. As Leo tried to find his locker, a polished leather shoe, expensive and shining, stepped into his path. Leo looked up. Julian stood there, surrounded by his circle of friends, smiling a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "Whoa, easy there," Julian said. His voice was smooth, like silk dipped in ice. "I think you're lost, pal. The delivery entrance is around the back. Or did the school start a program for vintage fashion enthusiasts?" The group erupted in polite, cruel laughter. Leo's hand tightened on the strap of his bag, but his eyes stayed level. "I'm here for advanced calculus," Leo said. His voice was quiet, but steady. Julian's smile widened. "Calculus? Bold. Most people from your side of the tracks stick to shop class. Fix a lawnmower? Maybe?" Julian reached out, flicking Leo's lapel with a ring finger. "Nice blazer, Leo. Polyester? I didn't know they still made clothes out of plastic bottles." The first trial by fire wasn't a test. It was the diagnostic exam. The teacher, Mr. Sterling, was a man who looked like he was carved out of granite. "The bottom 5% of this class will lose their privileges immediately," Sterling announced. "At St. Jude's, we do not tolerate the average." The contrast of tools. Leo sat at the back. He opened a tattered, spiral-bound notebook. The wire was bent. The pages were yellowed. Julian sat 2 rows ahead, clicking a $300 fountain pen. Julian turned around, eyeing Leo's notebook. "Is that an antique, Leo? Careful. If you press too hard, the history might fall out of it." The process. Leo didn't look up. He gripped a 50-cent plastic pen, and when the timer started, the world vanished. While Julian looked bored, leaning back and finishing early, Leo worked with the focus of a man defusing a bomb. He didn't see the glass walls. He didn't hear the mocking whispers. He only saw the numbers. Numbers didn't care about your bank account. Numbers were the only thing in this world that were truly fair. The results hit the digital board instantly. A crowd of 200 students gathered, pushing to see where they landed in the hierarchy. Julian was at the front, straightening his silk tie, wearing the smile of a winner. "Check the top spot," Julian told his friends. "I want to see if I beat my own record." The screen flickered. The names populated from the bottom up. Lower, lower, lower. And then, the entire hallway went dead silent. Julian's smile didn't just fade, it died. He leaned in, his face inches from the glowing screen, his voice a whisper of pure rage. That is impossible. Rank number 1, Leo Vance, score 100%. The scholarship kid hadn't just passed, he had taken the throne. And from the back of the room, Leo Vance finally looked up. I didn't come here to make friends, Leo thought. I came here to take everything. But a perfect score is a dangerous thing. Because in a school built on money, a poor student with a perfect mind is a threat that must be eliminated. Part 2, coming soon.